Today on CCX News, a word of warning. What Brooklyn Park police want parents to know about a seemingly harmless game. Brooklyn Park police are urging caution over a game called Senior Assassin. It's similar to tag, only kids use water guns instead. As Delaney Cleveland reports, a recent incident in Brooklyn Park drew a large police response that could have had negative consequences.
Do a quick search on social media, and it's not hard to find videos of kids shooting each other with squirt guns.
Oh, yeah!
It's a popular game played among high school students called Senior Assassin.
It's played by usually high school age kids where they get a large group together, usually organized on social media. And the goal is to go out and essentially tag the next person, tag you're it, if you will. And they do that by shooting them with these water balls.
On the surface, it sounds like harmless fun. But in a Brooklyn Park neighborhood on the morning of April 16th, a game of Senior Assassin took an unexpected turn.
Homeowner called, said that they saw somebody moving through their yard. The person was wearing camouflage and had a long gun. Obviously very alarming, very concerning for somebody to have no idea what that's about.
The homeowner's 911 call drew several officers to the neighborhood. They launched a drone to search the area and quickly found the teenagers involved. While ultimately nothing happened, police say things could have had dire consequences.
When it's dark out and you're not expecting things, you see the shape, very easy to confuse this with an actual firearm, and I think that's where the real danger in this comes in.
Faust says the game originated as Nerf wars, where kids would chase each other in cars while shooting Nerf guns. In 2016, students from Armstrong High School engaged in a Nerf gun battle crashed into a pole in New Hope. 2 people ended up going to the hospital.
We haven't had a large problem with that's come to my attention this year, so we're thankful for that. But you start adding vehicles and people maybe driving recklessly, we have seen that. That really is a recipe for a tragedy to happen as well.
Now, as we approach graduation, Faust says he hopes students make smarter decisions.
We're not trying to be the fun police here, but we're trying to avoid a tragedy from happening.
In Brooklyn Park, Delaney Cleveland, CCX News.
Sorry.
In other news, a body found in Maple Grove last week has been identified as a teenager who went missing in March. According to Maple Grove Police Department, Winston DePaul's body was found in a pond on April 11th. Volunteer searchers previously found his jacket near the same pond. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner has not released an autopsy report or his cause of death. His family told CCX News he'd been having mental health issues prior to his disappearance. Authorities say a Maple Grove man died in an out-of-state plane crash. 20-year-old Alexander Foss was piloting a single-engine plane when he crashed in a field in West Lafayette, Indiana. Authorities say he was the only person on board when he crashed on April 11th. Law enforcement found the crash site the day after. The Indiana State Police identified his body using DNA analysis. Foss was a student at nearby Purdue University. The Federal Aviation Administration and other authorities are investigating the cause of the crash. Champlin Park's Agriculture Department's annual plant sale is coming up next month. In today's School Spotlight, we get to meet the students behind this growing tradition. Class is in session, but it's not happening inside the classroom.
We just have a lot of other stuff growing on the ground, on the tables, up in the air.
They got a quick lesson on, here's what we need to do and how we do it, and they were thrown right into it.
Brian Gronsky's greenhouse management class is a chance to think outside the box.
Everything around us is somehow tied to ag, and so kids don't really realize that nowadays without farms all around us or coming off a farm working.
At Champlin Park, agriculture education exposes students to growth. Students are growing vegetables, herbs, perennials, and annuals.
Some of the strawberries are...
Those are all things most of them, like senior Mariah Pates, just learned this trimester.
It's just really surprising to see how it went from nothing to something and how we did something,
Everything in the greenhouse was grown by the students.
It's a really fun class to take with your friends.
Senior Ava Holman says it's been a beautiful way to learn responsibility.
I think my favorite part is coming back on a Monday and just you're like, oh my gosh, seeing how much it grew over the weekend is so cool.
The students are also learning to reap the homegrown benefits, both literally and financially, with a plant sale. All the money goes back into the department, giving more Champlin Park students opportunities to grow.
It's really valuable to see all the plants growing that we all planted and to know that we did this.
Gronsky says the sale generates $18,000 to $20,000 a year in profit. The sale takes place all day on May 7th, 8th, and 9th at Champlin Park High School. Anyone is welcome. A sure sign of spring is underway. As Corey Bork reports, it's a place in Brooklyn Park filled with cuddles and cuteness.
It's going to be cuteness all over.
Off Highway 169, near the Brooklyn Park Champlin border, is an experience that takes you back to the area's farming past.
Goats, chickens, baby bunnies, lamb. We're going to have a lot of different baby animals, yeah.
Farmer Bert Bauman came up with the idea for the Spring Babies Festival.
We will have one of our staff hand you over a little baby animal that will snuggle with you, and that experience is very rewarding. It's almost therapeutic.
It's an opportunity to hold all sorts of baby farm animals,
Some are born right here, on site.
including
The smallest horse in Minnesota.
a horse, of course. So if you're curious, like these kids, make yourself all ears.
The food trucks are always a big hit. The animals are a big hit, so might as well enjoy the weather, what we have.
Slide on down and enjoy the experience.
It is a wonderful place where you're going to make memories.
In Brooklyn Park, Corey Bork, CCX News.